What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled She's Mad You Moved On. There's scenarios in life where, whether you were friend zoned or in a relationship or pursuing a woman or in a relationship that didn't work, where after you move, she's upset that you moved on, and I'm sure this goes both ways, but I'm just using it as a she because I'm a guy. So the thing about it is this: there's some people who are friend zone you, and whatever it is that made them want to friend zone you, or whatever it is that they saw in you that they didn't want to really be romantically involved with you with, they went that direction. Maybe you were cool with it, maybe you weren't. Like I said before, I'm a friend zone veteran. I don't trip. But even from those experiences, sometimes the lady might think that, okay, I'm the best he can get, but I can do better. And, it's a little bit of arrogance there. Or that's not, maybe you're just not her type. You never know. But if you move on, when you move on, and you get another woman, or you get a woman, not another woman. You get a woman, she meets your woman. If your woman's fine, she gonna be mad that you moved on. She gonna start talking to you and flirting with you. She might call you a little bit more. She might try to come by a little bit more often. She might interject herself in your relationship for some odd reason. She might wind up having, all of a sudden she's going through things and now she needs you as a friend. Only you. Like, you was a sporadic friend at first, but now she needs you specifically to be there for her in her perpetual times of need that seem to always pop up when you and your woman about to do something. Or you're talking to women and she's like, oh, she wants that attention that you're giving those other women. So she's mad that you moved on. Because if she friend zoned you, you were supposed to come and go as she pleases. But now that other people have got your time occupied, now there's a battle to get that time back. So it's weird, it's silly, but it does happen. Jealousy is a mug. Now, same thing when it goes to pursuing somebody. If you're trying to, woo a woman, get her attention, get her to talk to you, say, you got a number, you tried to go out a couple of times, and she was flaky or wishy-washy, whatever you want to call it. And maybe it's because, she's not just dating you exclusively, but she feels like she got options, right? And, and if you dating around too, it's okay. If you actually actively dating around, you're like, it happens, whatever. But if this persists and this continues, or she's slick with her mouth, it's like, you know what? I could just write you off, charge you to the game, move on. It's not a big deal. And when you do that, it's like, wait a minute, because for some odd reason, for some people, if you approach them, they want to make you jump through hoops. You're not intriguing enough. They want to make you prove that you're good enough for them, right? And when you are not doing the puppy jumping through hoops game, and you say enough is enough, like, look, I tried to talk to you, I really did. Tried to call you, tried to text you, I tried to email you, I sent you a carrier pigeon, tried to go out, we went out. It's just, obviously, it's no chemistry here. I'm moving on. And you just cut it off. Go to the next person, right? Then all of a sudden, she's going to be like, and here's the thing. if there's another woman or not. Like if there's another woman, then there's competition with the other woman. If there's not another woman, then you might become intriguing and attractive all of a sudden because it's a turn on to what doesn't want you. Now, when you wanted that woman, you tried to talk to her, she didn't want you. When you said, "No, I don't want you no more," then she wants you. It's weird, but it happens. So, once you move on, she wants you. You know, she hates the fact that you moved on, and now you're not answering the phone. Now you're flaky and wishy-washy. Now you don't want to go out. Now you like, man, your time is whatever. And now she might want to even, well, you know, I have sex with you now just to get your attention. And, you know, sometimes people fall for that. Other times, I was like, I don't even want it. You can keep it. You know, you can keep it. Like, tried it out, tried to go down that road, whether you had sex or not. It's like, we good. And then, you know, it's a bit of a struggle because, you know, she's fighting her ego trip. And getting you will gratify her ego, but she doesn't realize you literally moved on. You're not playing games. So at some point, she have to burn herself out to figure it out. When you're in a relationship, she's mad that you moved on. You know, some people get in relationships and they get selfish and self-absorbed and greedy. And they always thinking about, you know, always not appreciating what they have in a person. You know, nothing's ever good enough, or they can never live in the moment, you know. And been there, done this a few times, where you treat somebody well, they don't return the favor. After a while, you get tired of it. The relationship dissolves. And you move on. And if you move on because you're just tired of them, it's a little tricky because everything they may have, if you treated them well, now they got to go out in the world and find what they said you wasn't doing. So they realize nobody's treating them like that in the world. So then they're like, oh, you know, why don't we get back together? And it's like, nah, no thanks. Been down that road with you, it didn't work out well for me. You know, and then I'm different, I'm new, I learned my lesson. It's like, maybe you did, but, you know, you need to try that with somebody else. And I think one of the things about some of the ladies is, guys, you know, the guys that approach them might not be the type of guys that they want. They waiting on it, right? So now, kind of stuck, catch-22, because, you know, you've moved on, and she's like, man, she's mad because you seem happy without her, even if you're not talking to another one. But now when you interject another woman into it, now she might be more upset. Because one thing to say, I just don't want to talk to you. It's another thing to say, I don't want to talk to you, plus I got somebody. Because now, it's like they might feel like that person is or isn't better than them. So, you know, they're going to have an issue with it. They'll create an issue with you in their relationship. Because they mad you moved on. Because now they're thinking about all the stuff that you did for them that they didn't appreciate when you were doing it, and now they're thinking about you doing it for this type of person. And God forbid y'all like on social media and smiling and happy and whatnot, and then it's like you learn a lesson like, man, this is how I should have acted. Oh man, I blew it. It's on you. But instead of just letting some people go, people try to creep back in and disrupt the relationship, which, you know, usually makes the person dislike you even more because you didn't like getting treated well when you were with them. Now you see them treating somebody else the same way. Now all of a sudden you're in love, It's like this. It's a hustle. I mean, maybe you need to find somebody your speed, or if somebody comes along that treats them the same way that you did, and they'll appreciate it. And some people realize it's a cold world out here, so you might, the very thing that you thought wasn't good enough for you might be the very thing you miss. Same thing that make you laugh, make you cry, right? So they be mad, you move on, you know. And I didn't do this, but because I haven't been married, but there's some people who wind up meeting that next person and then getting married to him. Oh, that ex lost it because, you know, she's like, this is the life I could have had. This is the lifestyle I could have had. These are the trips I could have went on. These are the restaurants I could have went to. Now, mind you, they didn't like the man when they was with the man, but now they see that's the ring that I could have got. That's the wedding that I could have had. And it's like, this is why she's mad. She's mad that you moved on, but she's not mad at herself for blowing it. And it's silly, but it happens. You know, I hope it stops, but I doubt it. We out.